この街は嫌いだ。
My spark of love for anime originates from the creative output of 4 people coming together and establishing their A-team. You have likely heard this statement already, as I get so passionate talking about them when opportunities arise. But in case you don't know, what is this video about? Well, it's my attempt at highlighting the impacts that the co-founders of Key Visual Arts have had on my life. For example, I've mentioned Jun Maeda fleetingly in the past, but I haven't composed a video on the brand he co-founded, which has programmed many of his visions. It started only a few months after I was born, on July 21st, 1998. A small brand under the visual novel publisher Visual Arts was formed, called Key. Amongst its founders were Jun Maeda, an artist who, regardless of if you love or hate, went on to be partially responsible for some of the most popular anime of the last 2 decades. For many, some of our favourites as well. Understanding how Key was founded and the products they've released is vital to the story, so let's make this clear. Key does not make anime. They are primarily a visual novel producer, although some of their IP has received critically acclaimed adaptations. It is important to understand that their craft is making games. These games don't run off complex engines like Unreal or Unity. Instead, they are organised into routes which are drawn by hand or produced through digital software under the instruction of a planner. This structure works particularly well for love stories, as it allows the player to end up with their favourite character depending on how they act with the game's scenarios. But this isn't the only appeal of visual novels. They offer gameplay elements, stories and music that create a personalised world you feel happy being a part of. Now, Key has only released 13 novels in a sea of thousands, but this actually happens to be a fact in my favour, as it allows me to look at them more closely. One thing that might surprise you is that Key's first 2 visual novels feature some adult content, despite their subsequent adaptations being much more appropriate for all audiences. For example, with Clannad, the original PC release had erotic elements, but these were removed later on for future ports of the game, which shows the company has sound market knowledge. After making canon and air, the all-ages Clannad was released in 2004, drawing on the strengths of previous games while managing to highlight the talent of influential figures within the organisation. Some sources quote Maeda as being responsible for 75% of Clannad, and while I was unable to verify that statement, it is certainly true that his academic background helped to develop the core blending of realism and fantasy in Clannad. This personality rubbed off on pretty much everybody working at Key, so looking beyond Maeda, I often don't talk about the skill of Key's illustrators like Itaru Hinoe. They are responsible for the signature art style of Key that is able to appear human yet still anime in nature, with features like large eyes and extravagant hair. This isn't particularly uncommon of visual novel publishers though, but something that is slightly unusual is how loyal fans are to Key as a brand. The label participates in big ways at events like Comic-Con, selling assets like music and art books from their most popular games. I've personally seen them work their magic, and I find it so charming how welcoming they are of fan content based on their copyrighted products. Funny enough, I think this is why so many people consider Key stories to be a part of a cinematic universe, with crossover references being fruitful. I think, above all else, it's nice for a producer to recognise our love for their products. This, quite nicely, brings me to the anime adaptations of their games, which definitely helped establish their Western fanbase. The first Key anime was actually produced by Toei Animation, and it's known for looking a bit shit, and serves as a great meme for ugly anime. On a serious note, the reason Canon 2002 looked bad is likely due to poor production planning, but this was later fixed with the Kyoto Animation adaptation. The studio and Pony Canyon decided to redo it with their flair. I'm still yet to watch Air and Canon, but I've seen Clannad, and what Kyoto Animation was able to do with the backing of Key is nothing short of magic. The show, after story included, captured the spice of life and presented a story which can be very much applied to any of us, and I personally used it as a guide for my life as it felt so human to me. Kyoto Animation hasn't really worked with Key since the production of After Story. Their anime relationship later passed to Aniplex and started a new era for the visual novel company. Angel Beats captured the hearts of many, although people did complain about its length, considering how ambitious its plot was. It was later revealed that Maeda felt this pain too, as it was originally going to span more than one cour. Apparently, Aniplex didn't really learn though, as Charlotte was similarly confined to a short runtime that couldn't handle its depth. I should point out, as I know certain watchers will get upset, that I know there are big problems with both of these shows besides their runtime. However, I also consider their ideas and their music as media, and I believe they show Maeda's talented ability to tell imaginative tales set in our understanding of reality. I do think he does better with visual novels and music though, so I hope he doesn't give those up to focus on making anime full time. I've seen what this medium can do to people. That's about it for this video. The impact that Key has had on me cannot simply be vocalized in one script. It would take a conversation that could last a long time. Hopefully though, I did shine a light on this company and maybe even help you find a connection to them based on what you like from the medium. I've been Russ, and as always, have a great night or day.